one of John's favorite topics, and that is anything Elon Musk and Tesla. And specifically, Tesla just had their AI day. And so we're going to watch just a little bit of video from that reveal. And first of all, John, I know you kind of follow the ongoings of Tesla and what they're doing. Do you know much about AI Day, or had you heard anything about last year's? Or
To be honest, no, not really.
okay, perfect. I was kind of hoping that. I was like, maybe this slipped through the crack for you.
I didn't know
So
that there was like a day dedicated to it.
yeah, yeah. So apparently they had one in August 2021, and I'm
Hmm.
getting this from CNBC.com. And the big announcement was they were building a humanoid robot known as the Tesla bot or Optimus.
Yeah.
And uh, again, it's the kind of fun thing we would talk about anyways, but coming so soon after our Amazon discussion with
Yeah.
them going into robots, I thought this was perfect.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this year they've revealed a bit of a more kind of updated version of what they did last year, and so
Okay.
that's what I wanted to share today. So I'm not gonna play the audio. I don't think. I don't know what the permission stuff is. So we're just gonna react. We've never done like any kind of react video. So this could be great, could be awful, but just follow us along.
Right.
Um, but okay. So you see here, I'm just gonna show you just a brief clip, John, featuring the new Optimus robot Prime.
Yeah, we wanted to show a little bit more what we've done over the past few months with the bot and just walking around and dancing on stage. Just humble beginnings, but you can see the autopilot neural networks running as is, just retrained for the bot directly on that new platform. That's my watering can.
Yeah, when you see a rendered view, that's the robot. That's the world the robot sees. So it's very clearly identifying objects. Like this is the object it should picking it up.
Yeah, so as you can see, John, he's not doing anything like super complicated at this point.
Yeah.
We use the same process as
But
we did for autopilot
it's
to
definitely the kind of thing we were talking
neural
about.
networks that we then deploy on the robot. That's an example that illustrates the upper body a little bit more. Something that we'll try to nail down in a few months, over the next few months, I would say, to perfection.
This is really an
All right.
station in the free.
So yeah, that was just a real brief clip. There's so much more of that video. But just any immediate thoughts already seeing that?
Yeah, so my first thought is like, how freaky would that be to have like a bunch of those actually walking around? You know, but at the same time, you know, it like I mentioned in the other videos, how does that affect the job market? And then another reaction I kind of have to it is, well, I guess I'm just gonna stick with those two for now.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because you mentioned like exactly the unnerving quality.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I'm like, is it stranger though when they do like what Japan does with their robots a lot and they'll try to put skin on it?
Yeah.
Like, is it weirder that way, or is it weird because I can see its moving parts?
Right. Yeah.
I really don't know.
Yeah. It's just it's crazy what technology is doing nowadays. I mean, it's fascinating, but it's also like it scares the piss out of me. You know, it's one of those things. It's like, can these things become corrupt? Like, can they do like pretty much, you know, can they control themselves if we lose the control of it through like a computer?
Yeah.
Like how much damage that could do to the world, you know, because I hate to get like violent, but those things could pick up sharp objects and go crazy. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I mean, this is why. So both iRobot, the movie,
yeah,
is based on that principle. But even so, that's based off Isaac Asimov's sci-fi books.
yeah,
And there's different rules of robotics, and one of them specifically is that the robot cannot harm anybody or the user.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, you've got kind of exactly like Terminator in the back of your head.
Yeah.
But also, that everybody loves to use science for war and tech for war. So, like, how long is it before we're just sitting back with, I mean, it's already this way with drones, with It's
Yeah.
just a bunch of robots in a field,
Yeah.
going at each other.
Yeah.
But which that may be the extreme. You're right though. Like more likely it is going back to our Amazon discussion about them replacing. You saw them being able to pick up like the small box and move it.
Yeah.
Like our garden your office plants.
You're right.
Or anything else.
Exactly.
So
it's just crazy, I mean, this could be. I'm a 50-50 with AIs, when they get to that advance, it's like, how good can this really be for us? Because yes, it's good for the business owner that, doesn't have to employ people. We understand that. But at the same time, how much control do we really have over the AIs? And is there side effects of the job market? Is there side effects of people's income? There's a lot of questions that I think will have to be answered before we fully move to using those robots,
Well, and Elon Musk said that they were trying to get the cost to about $20,000. So that already, if you think of
the cost of, what do you mean the cost of what?
One of those robots would be $20,000.
It's not that expensive.
Exactly. Like, in some ways it sounds like a lot, but then if you're replacing a worker, it's like their salary is probably more than that.
Probably it is. You have to.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy.
Yep. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But yeah. I figured that was a great first reaction video for us to cover. And now we're probably both nervously awaiting next year's AI Day, where we see that humans will be absolutely obsolete.
Right.
I figure Elon Musk is going to come out with his robot girlfriend, and but yeah, let us know what you think about that technology, that specific presentation, and anything else you want us to cover here on Chat Room. And as always, like, comment, subscribe for more videos.
Yep.